You might have heard the non-dual teachings say that you are the happiness you seek, or you are already whole, or you are love, or there are 100 different ways to say that. And then you are like, excuse me, sirs, but I don't feel that. The veil, Maya, as it's known in the Vedantic tradition, so it means the universal consciousness forgetting that it's the universal consciousness. It's the universal consciousness veiling itself from itself. That is what Maya, the veil, is. It's a game that the universal consciousness plays. And I think on some level many people know that something like this is happening. It's important to answer the question, why do we not always feel love if we are always love? On the island of Whale, we explore this matter in greater detail.
Welcome. I'm Tuomas, aka Happy Bear, and here's my co-captain Olli, celebrating owl. And now it's time to talk about our fourth island, which is Island of Whale. What is that? And why does it matter on our journey?
Yeah. So you might have heard the non-dual teachings say that you are the happiness you seek, or you are already whole, or you are love, or there are 100 different ways to say that. And then you are like, excuse me, sirs, but I don't feel that.
Yes.
I am not.
Yeah, it's like you are already it.
Yeah.
Not feeling it.
Yeah. I'm pretty annoyed. The neighbor just, fell my tree and pruned my flowers and my son got trouble into school or something, and you're like, not feeling the love. Yeah. So what validity is there to sort of say that we already are the happiness we seek, or we are the universal love, or we are the universal being? So if we do not really, most of the people don't really think so or feel that. Well, I would like to start with a story that I often hear Rupert Spira, one of the teachers that has influenced my thinking or understanding the most. So imagine you are having a dream, and you are dreaming that, I don't know, you've been sent to prison, and you write letters to your mother that, dear mom, I've gone on a holiday, and it seems that there are prison guards, and you try to survive in the prison, and 5 years go by, and you are finally you are released, and in the dream, and you go to see your mother, and she's, oh, you were gone so long, and you're like, yeah, run into a bit of trouble on the journey or something, and it's all very real from the viewpoint of the dream avatar. So it does make sense in the dream that, okay, so 5 years, passed by. And then you wake up and you are like, okay, so it was a dream. We don't, it's a normal experience. So what was the brick wall in the prison made of? From the perspective of the dreamed avatar, it was made of, brick. It was a physical, it was physical matter, right? It held you in the prison. But when you wake up, you see, well, the prison guard, the 5 years, the mother in the dream, the dreamed avatar, it was actually all a production of my mind. So And when we wake up, it's like, okay, so yeah, it was a dream. It was, a dream. It's nice that I was not in prison. And it's obvious. So, but there are two perspectives here. So from the perspective of the dreamed avatar, it was real. And 5 years passed by. And from the perspective of the so-called waking consciousness, no, it was all a dream. Everything was made of mind. And the veil, Maya, as it's known in the Vedantic tradition, so it means the universal consciousness forgetting that it's the universal consciousness. It's the universal consciousness veiling itself from itself. That is what Maya, the veil, is.
Yeah, like dissociating.
Yes, dissociate. This is something like someone like Bernardo Kastrup, for example, uses, like disassociating. So the avatar does not usually remember that it's the universal consciousness. And I know what's coming next. You know why? I have no idea. That's that's like way above my way above my paycheck. But so whale is what sort of it is made by the same consciousness or universal being from which the entire universe is a manifestation of. So it's not like a danger. It's something that it's a game that the universal consciousness plays. And I think on some level many people know that something like this is happening. And this is why the world currently, there are all these like absurd simulation theories. This is what happens when you don't credit that there is a sort of divine source for everything, but you instead take the materialist outlook on things. But the spiritual impulse is so strong in us that it has to express itself in some way. So it even uses the sort of materialist, physicalist view to express itself as this sort of simulation theory, which I don't, think has any value to humanity because it doesn't really resolve the sort of consciousness aspect. But anyway, so it's absolutely instrumental and vital to us to, at some point, we get tired from the game, like when we were children, and we were playing in the cold, and some of the kids went home earlier. They got oh, my hands and feet are cold, I'm going home. And then there were those who like who were the last guys standing. So with the understanding of the Maya or the whale, we also gain compassion and clarity, and we understand that people are on their own path, and you are not supposed to be this sort of violent enforcer which imposes your own beliefs, for example in the non-dual understanding field, to someone else who does not want to hear it, because they are experiencing what consciousness wants them to experience. And see, it's just not, it's why the sort of game, I don't know, but it would seem to me a pretty dull earth if everyone was born like enlightened. There were no challenges, and there was nothing, no suffering, anything, and everyone was, oh yeah. Oh, right when I'm 10 years old, I'm like, everybody's, you are the manifestation of universal love.
Yeah. And there are so many different points of view for this. I remember Federico Fagging was talking about his theory that the consciousness wants to experience itself through different kind of points of view, and that's it's doing it.
Yeah.
Why?
Who
Well,
knows?
yeah, yeah. But there are so many viewpoints. And the island of Whale, yeah, this is an important theme. And also like different kind of traditions and lineages have looked at it in different ways, like in this Tibetan tantric sangha I was in, they were looking at like having these different bhumis, these different kind of energetic centers, and once those start to open and then purify or perfect, like the veil gets thinner and thinner and thinner, like a progressive thing. And also in vortex healing, one of those practices I was into for several years, looking at it out of interest by working with energy. They had also these different kind of veils in their progressive map, that once you kind of clear those, your clarity becomes more in aligned with the truth. So many traditions have found different ways to kind of look into this topic.
Yeah.
Then it's in the core of like everything. How do we remember who we really are? What's our true self?
Yeah. And like perhaps repeating what we said in the beginning, but it's important to answer the question, why do we not always feel love if we are always love? So yeah, this on the island of Whale we explore this matter in greater detail.
Yeah, since I actually just want to add that I remember like hearing some of these direct path teachers or non-duality teachers like years back, when my own understanding wasn't that refined, I'd say, and I just didn't get it. Like, you don't need to do anything, you are already it. And I was definitely not feeling the love or the interconnectedness. So for me, I feel that it's good that we have these different kind of islands and different kind of approaches, different kind of pointers to experiencing the non-dual awareness and the understanding.
Yeah, and I think the islands and the island of Whale and all the other islands too, the progressive path is real to the one who believes oneself to be a separate entity. And this can sound like, it's like really sort of, I shouldn't believe that I am, a separate entity. Well, maybe, but most of the people on this planet, including most, I would say most seekers of truth as well, experience to some extent that there are at least these remnants of, separation left, and yeah, I think it's very important to sort of.
Yeah, it feels real until it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think that is it for Island of Whale, our fourth island. And next time we'll be talking about the listener. So thank you. And if you want to hear more about our adventure into non-duality, the way of adventure, you can join our free harbor community on our website, where you get more information, weekly practices, lessons, where you get a good taste of what we are doing. And if you want to join our adventure, there's also more information about that there as well. So thank you. See you again.